And today I'm talking about the law of abundance. When we hear about the law of abundance, we often think it refers to money. It certainly does refer to financial prosperity. The law of abundance is much, much more than that. It is the abundance of everything, the abundance of love, abundance of health, abundance of support, an abundance of resources, and the list goes on. The law of abundance relates to that state of being consciously connected to source energy. Abundance is your natural state of being. We live in an abundant universe, and this abundance is already yours, right here, right now, and it is infinitely available to you, always. The universe is continually producing and growing and thriving, and it is an endless cycle of plenty, okay? When I was in Dubai, there was the law of abundance in full force. There is an unlimited supply, an unlimited source of everything that we desire. And abundance is always available. And this is what we really need to understand on a deeper level. Now, the law of abundance is a universal law, just like the law of attraction, which means that it affects us all. Whether you are aware of it or not, we are all connected to that source energy that creates worlds. And our universe is made of this divine energy, and so are you. Now, the law of abundance provides an exact formula that leads us to having the abundance of the things that you want when you are in alignment with this law. Now, the law of abundance does not guarantee what you will have an abundance of. That is entirely up to you and the beliefs that you have about reality. If you misuse the law, you're going to end up with an abundance of things that you do not want. And that can be, you know, lack, misery, pain. If you apply this law correctly, you end up with an abundance of the things that you do want in your life. That goes for everything. It is only our ego mind that can have us believing in lack and scarcity. Lack does not exist. It is a creation of our mind, a very limited belief system. My journey to becoming an entrepreneur was learning how to overcome these limited beliefs that were based on lack, and to truly connect to source and align my own vibration to this infinite supply. Believe me, I grew up in a household that was fully immersed in the idea of lack. Now, a lack mentality is when we believe the universe will not support us, or when we believe there is a lack of money, such as when you give someone money and you feel that you now do not have enough. And you now lack money because you gave it away. And of course, your bank account goes down and creates the evidence, right, that you do not have enough. And believe me, I know what that feels like. So anytime you say, I don't have time, that is a lack thought. Not enough love is lack. Anytime you believe in the idea of not having enough, it is the opposite of the law of abundance. So becoming self-aware of your own lack of poverty consciousness, and believe me, I've known many people who have a lot of money and they still have lack beliefs. Even though they have money, they can have the belief they do not have enough, or they're going to lose it. And these fears and worries and doubts create so much stress and can manifest one's downfall, right? Remember the principle of mentalism that I talked about yesterday? That must really be applied here. And many of us We're actually taught to be suspicious and critical of anyone who has wealth or is deeply in love or those who seem to have it all. And it is those beliefs that unconsciously block abundance, because you wouldn't want to be one of them, right? Those people that you were taught to judge. So higher thoughts state, through the law of abundance, there's no shortage of money. We do not have to compete for money. There is always an infinite supply available to you. You can have virtually all you really want and need. We live in a generous universe, and we are surrounded by opportunities. So, how do we connect? We need to really plug in. So you need to plug yourself in to the infinite source, to the only supply. People are not the supply. It is the infinite oneness, the universal mind, the divine mind. It is your own creative mind. So your attitude of either abundance or scarcity toward money will have a major impact on whether you become prosperous or not. So it's really important to investigate your lack beliefs and clear them out as soon as possible. So you can exchange these beliefs for a deeper truth that says, as I give, I know I will be replenished. As I give, I know I will be replenished. The way that we seem to block ourselves from attracting abundance is by giving more attention to the lack of what we want rather than the fulfillment of what we want. And if the heart is closed, it can be difficult to receive. Now, the law of abundance says that people become wealthy because they decide to become wealthy. They do not allow the economy, okay, that's a huge one, or other people's views on money, or what other people will think of them to affect them in a negative way whatsoever. And I know that's a journey, okay? They become wealthy because they believe that they have the ability to become wealthy, because they believe this completely, and then they act accordingly. We are here to create from the inside on who we are and who we want to be and what we want our life to look like from the inside out, right? So many of us were actually taught to, again, be suspicious, and we need to really let go of any critical mindset, any judgments we have of others, and take that point of view and turn it back onto who we are and how we're being with ourselves. And we can do this first. Number one is, in order for you to access this powerful energy where only love exists, you need to recognize and nurture your own divinity. So breathe that in. You must first become a vibrational match to abundance. And the highest vibrational frequency on the planet is love. So when you feel happy and you love yourself and you are loving others, you are connected to the energy that creates the worlds. It is from this place you create an abundant life. Secondly, on that deeper level, there are often subconscious conflicting beliefs from the past embedded in the cells, which pulls us out of alignment with the law of abundance. And a way to open your awareness to these beliefs is to look at your life and notice what happens when you contemplate, get this, when you contemplate a higher level of success in your life. Whether it's in the arena of your career or finances or love or traveling the world, whatever that is, right? Does fear rise up? If so, it means you have a belief wrapped around deservability or worthiness. And these beliefs need to be analyzed, right? Honestly, to determine where your biggest blocks are. Now, thirdly, this is where you give of yourself. This is about you being generous. Generosity opens the gates. Giving of your time doesn't mean you just have to give money. Give of your time, give of your energy, give financially if you can, absolutely. Share your knowledge to empower others, right? So as you are giving, right, as I give, I know I'm going to be replenished, and you see this, it's called the law of reciprocity. I'm going to be talking about that this month. As you give, you are opening up to receiving, and you're just allowing that flow of energy, giving, knowing that there is no such thing as lack. I'm giving, knowing the universe is going to supply me with everything I need, everything I desire. So remember, these universal principles that I'm sharing with you during this month exist, whether you believe them or not. And even if you do not know these ancient laws, you are not excused from them. So even if you unintentionally go against these principles, you're going to experience unnecessary struggle. So stay tuned and discover how powerful you are as a creator of your reality. And as you organize your life, your relationships, or your business around these universal principles that I'm sharing with you, you will begin to manifest really beautiful things in your life.